Hello, welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities Tarot. My name is Rachelle, and I'm doing a reading for Leo in all placements, starting with some prosperity dust. I'm just going to see what comes out for you, Leo. Truth. Two angels holding hands and looking at each other. Searching for the truth, speaking the truth. I just got demanding the truth. Surrender. There's an angel holding a white flag at the top of a hill. Truth and surrender. Surrendering to the truth. Receiving the truth. Did I already say that? Not exactly. This is the wisdom of the oracle. Go the distance, 47. Building blocks, 28. Why? 31. You've been on this long journey to get to a point where you could start rebuilding. And in the process of rebuilding, you're looking at your whys, your motives, the things. Why have things played out the way they have? Why are you interested in rebuilding? Why do you want to change things up, move things around? I think this epic journey has to do with the rebuilding. Maybe a part of the rebuilding is that kind of introspection, that self-reflection, looking at why things have happened the way they have, or why you have made the decisions that you have. So I'm going to go to this one, Osho Zen Tarot. Beyond illusion. This is Judgment. Scorpio, also Libra. The Creator, said in Marvin the Martian's voice. King of Fire. Ooh. Participation for a fire. Did this just come up yesterday? I do not remember my readings. It came up recently. And here's this beautiful fire. This is your energy. I think because of this kind of reflective state that you've been in, self-reflective, maybe you've been reflecting something back to others, but ultimately you've been looking within, you've been looking at yourself, you've been going through some kind of major transformation, and you're seeing what you couldn't see before, or you're seeing things from a different perspective. Beyond illusion. You've kind of pulled back so that you can see. I'm picturing like a movie where the camera is focused in on the characters. That is the that is the environment, that is the realm. It's easy to get caught up in that story, but when you pull the camera back, like when you know, say like behind the scenes or something, suddenly you're seeing like there's all the people around that are working on the movie, the camera person, the sound person, the, you know, the different people involved in making this thing. And it's a you can see that it's a production. It's not the thing itself. It's not the story itself. It's seeing behind the veil, right? And with this knowledge, with this transformation of how you see what you see, and in this transformation also affects your motives or motivations for what you do, how you do it. This is putting you squarely in this, in your personal power, in your own energy, and growing that, building it. Because now, because you're beyond some whatever illusion this is, it's empowering you to create your own thing. You know, sometimes people, how do I say this? You know, life is like a movie, right? And it's very easy to think that we are a player within the bigger story. And we don't have a whole lot of control around that, but that's the illusion, is that you're some character and somebody else is pulling the strings, someone else is directing, pushing or pulling or whatever. But now you're seeing that you are actually, not only are you the main character, you are the director, you are the producer, you are the writer. You get to decide how the things play out. That's what's so empowering. And so you're like, oh, now I see that I can create whatever I want. I can make this go in any direction because I get to choose the direction. I get to choose the storyline, the plot twists. And you're taking this idea or this kind of general empowerment and you're going to people and you're like, hey, like, let's now that I'm in charge, let me get others to join me in this new creation, in doing something that is for me, but then also benefits others in some way, serves others. Come join me. It's funny, I saw this movie recently called The Last Movie Ever Made, and it's about like the human race gets a notification. Everybody gets this notification that this is all a simulation and it's going to end in 30 days. And this one guy, after, you know, just kind of like feeling like, what's even the point, and a couple weeks of just wallowing and debauchery and doing whatever, he's like, I have this movie that I started years ago that I never finished. I want to finish this movie. And so he gathers this group of people to help him finish this movie or make this movie. And everyone has their reasons for wanting to join in on this project. And it's like you're enrolling others into this idea that you have, this thing that you want to create, that you want to finish or bring into the world, or whatever that is. You have a newfound understanding. You have a new purpose because of seeing things clearly now. So, all right. Okay, let's look at the tea leaf cards. Hand. In need of help, assistance, and guidance. So you could feel like you're in need of some assistance, maybe to get that participation, to get others to help you. It could be that others need your assistance and you come in and you're like, some people, they can kind of feel like they don't really have, they don't have the vision, they don't have the direction, and you come along and you provide that, and that gives them a sense of purpose themselves. However, I didn't mean to say that. However, marriage. Okay, so you could be married, or what is this marriage about? Hills, obstacles to overcome. Obstacles to overcome within marriage. Now, marriage doesn't have to be like a romantic connection. Marrying two things, a merger. There are obstacles to overcome when we merge ourselves with others, when we take our ideas and we include others. There are naturally going to be things that come up where people don't have the same vision, or they're not on the same page, or you're trying to convey an idea and they don't get it, or vice versa. It's like you're in need of help and assistance, or someone is. And the hand is interesting too, because in this image there are these tiny little hands that are, one is up, one is down, all the way around the circle. So we have this hand thing. And it's like someone's needing help and someone is providing that help, or that assistance, that guidance. Maybe someone is coming to you who is having difficulties. I mean, this could be like maybe you're a therapist, or you're thinking of becoming one. Maybe you're all your friends go to you for advice or something. But if this is you, I mean, I do feel like there's some kind of coming together, because somebody, somewhere, somehow requires assistance. There are obstacles to overcome. That's why there's this need for help or guidance or assistance, because of the obstacles regarding a marriage, a merger, or something like that. Okay, so Elemental Oracle. Water, creation, 29. Go the distance. Both of these break down to 11. Yeah, see, and creation. You're in the midst of creating something new, or you're about to. And we have all these doves flying around, and she's half in the water. This is that self-reflection I was talking about. Learning to be comfortable within your emotions. This is a part of the truth that came out, and surrender as well, surrendering to your emotions, but not like letting them take over necessarily. It's just learning to be comfortable within this emotional realm. You're finding peace within your emotions. You've gone through a lot. You've gained a lot of wisdom. And you are able to take that wisdom and create something new, create a more peaceful environment. Then we have cave and purification, 17. And the water and the purification, maybe purifying the water. There are different ways to purify water. We can use our filtration systems, but we can also energetically purify water with our intention, with our breath, with our energy. And we have what looks like an egg here. It feels like this kind of, your personal power is growing, or you're using your personal power to create something that is growing, that is going to hatch. Protection. Cave. And we have the birds flying around again. Messages. Friends. Again with the peace. And fluidity, outer core, 12. We have a lot of water here. You could have a lot of water in your chart. A prominent water placements in your chart. We all have water in our chart. But yeah, it's like you spend time kind of within your emotions, just kind of like communing with yourself, with your intuition, with the universe, with spirit. And then you come up out of the water after a period of time where you have been in a place of protection, of as you grow something, or something within you is growing. And then this is what emerges. It's the new you, or it's the creation itself. I'm picturing like Frankenstein's monster, but not a monster. This is a glow up. You may be noticing that you are aging backwards. Little Benjamin Button thing going on here. Or I always like to reference Mork. Mork from Mork and Mindy. Because Mork's people, they are born elderly, and then as they go through life, they get younger and younger. So this could also be like that progression of going back in time, of getting back to your youth, feeling energized, beautified. There's a lot of vitality here and a lot of power. Just being very this is rebirth. This is being very authentic too. She's not wearing any clothing. It's like, here I am, bearing it all, right? Yeah, okay. So, where are we up? What? Wow, that went so fast. Okay. Let me see. This has really been calling to me. Let me get some cards from the Wisdom of Avalon. The Wasp. Anger, retaliation, jealousy, 21. And, outer court, both of these break down to a 3. I think that your massive glow up is bothering some people. I think there are some people who are quite jealous of how you are doing, how good you look, how awesome you feel, and you're rising. You're standing tall. You have, amazing. And perception, 42. It could also be where you were feeling, anger or jealous or something, and then through this growth, through this rebirth, it's like your perception changes. Everybody has their own perception of what's going on. We all are living our own story, our own movie. And not everybody understands that they have the control that they actually do. So it's easy to feel jealous of others when you feel like you don't get the same opportunities, but it's because the others are creating the opportunities. The novice, innocence, beginner, ignorance, new skill without practice, unstable curiosity. Number 5. There are obstacles to overcome because you are new. You are different. You are going through a rebirth, or you're about to. And because your perception has changed, it's the unknown. There's something, it's like you're in unknown territory. You're a bit like a pioneer. You're just kind of trying things out. You're a little kid. You're like, what's this? What's this? What does this do? How do I do that? Like, it's all new and different. And there are obstacles because, a new skill without practice, it's awkward most of the time, right? There's a certain amount of ignorance because you haven't learned. You don't know. You don't know what you don't know. But you are enrolling others to help you. Maybe others who have information, have knowledge or skills that can help fill in the gaps for you. That's why you're reaching out. You're in need of help because you're new at something. You have an idea, but maybe you don't have all of the resources to successfully create that idea. You need a team. You need that participation. And it could be, this could be coming together with someone. And it's if it's romantic and you're actually getting married to someone, and it's like, okay, now we're starting this next phase of our connection together. And there's a lot to navigate. There's a lot of ways in which we have to get to know one another. If you are getting married without knowing a person very well, it happens. But there's definitely you are surrendering to the truth. You are the truth of who you are, embracing who you are, accepting who you are. And regardless of how people receive you, it's like you're not even that concerned. Or if you are, maybe that's part of the obstacles to overcome. But you are, you're embracing the newness, or you're creating something that is, it's launching you in this whole new direction. And you're feeling really good about it. You're looking really good about it too. So just saw 24:42 on the timer, and then 24:44, 3/4. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna finish with this one. a meme or quote. Feelings are like children. You don't want them driving the car, but you shouldn't stuff them in the trunk either. Yeah, you are, like I said, you are learning to be comfortable with your feelings. You're befriending your feelings. Maybe that's something that you hadn't done before, or not to this extent. And you're like, okay, let's get you out of the trunk. Let's spend some time together. Not gonna let you drive, not gonna let you be in control. I said that. Like, you're not, your emotions aren't, you're not letting them, they're not taking over. But they're a huge part of what is helping you to go through this rebirth. Rebirth through water. You're having a water birth. So, and yeah, befriending those feelings. That's a part of your, what is empowering you. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video.